very easy warm-up craft that you can do in a matter of minutes, and I'll show you how you do that. All right, let's rock on over to Craft Cam! All right, and we have a nice transition into Craft Cam. Okay, so in order to accomplish this really cute frame, you're only going to need a few things. You're going to need this free downloadable template. You can find that under the templates page on AndreaCurrieCrafts.com or follow the link in the live chat room. If you're watching via YouTube, you can go to www.AndreaCurrieCrafts.com and click on templates. You'll find a link there to the free downloadable template. Okay, very easy. It's a PDF, like I said, personal use only. I grabbed myself a 3-pack of these very easy and cheap frames from IKEA. You can probably get these at the dollar store as well. They're just a natural unfinished frame, great for crafting. So I bought a couple packages of 3. And what I did first is I painted it with an acrylic white paint. And that's because my project primarily has white in it. And I just wanted to make sure that if anything, you know, if this printer paper, which I printed onto, seeped through, then it would just look white, and of course the sides would also be white, so it would just all flow really nicely together. So I gave it a couple of coats of white paint, let it dry. Then what I did is I traced my frame onto my template. You probably want to turn it upside down. I did the inside of the frame and the outside, so just really easy. I'll just show you how to do it. Just like so, and trace it out just like so. Very easy pattern on here, so you don't have to really be strategic about placing, you know, the frame on a certain part of the pattern, because it's all pretty consistently candy corn. Very easy to figure out. So just trace that just like that, and then you're going to go through with your handy dandy craft knife and probably a pair of scissors, and you're going to get yourself a shape like so. Very easy. Now, I printed this onto just regular old printer paper and cut it out because I just didn't feel like using cardstock on this, and I felt like it was going to go on easier when I'm using my Mod Podge, and that's what I'm using to put on. Mod Podge is a great overall water-based sealer and glue finish, so it's probably my staple in my craft room, and this is what I like to use a lot. If you're using a thicker cardstock or a scrapbooking type of paper, then you're going to need to do some preparation of the paper before you actually Mod Podge it on, because the stiffer it is, the harder it is to sort of get it to bend and to get on there. I do recommend that if you're using Mod Podge with scrapbook paper or cardstock, you spray it with a little bit of water, and that way it sort of loosens it up and it's just easier to sort of roll on. A lot of people get very nervous with Mod Podge because you sort of feel like you have this one-shot deal where you have to kind of roll this thing on. But I'll show you a really easy technique that Amy at Mod Podge Rocks taught me. Just get your foam brush out, and I'm going to use a smaller foam brush. I go right out of the container here because that's the way I roll. And I just give it a nice thin, not super thin. I mean, we want to get a pretty good layer of Mod Podge on there. And I'm just going to start the top here by giving that layer there and then lining that up like so, pushing it down like so, and then of course make sure that everything else is lined up nicely. And don't worry if you get, you know, some sides that aren't completely down. Just go ahead and go underneath it. Of course, you're going to go over the top of this with Mod Podge as well, so you don't have to worry about it actually getting on the top of your paper, because you're eventually going to do that. And then if you get a little bit of spillage on your side, just like that, what I actually do is I take it, and you can brush it off if you really want to, but I take it and I smear it on the top. That's just because I don't like to waste my Mod Podge, because it's going to go on the top anyway. And that just sort of gives it a nice little seal. So, I mean, you can work out any wrinkles or anything like that with a roller, but I generally use my hand for the most part. I'm a very hands-on crafter. That's what I am. Alright, so now I'm just going to work my way down by putting my Mod Podge evenly on both sides and just pressing down. It's just that easy. So I know a lot of people can get a little bit scared because they feel like they have to get all the Mod Podge on really quickly, and then they have to put the paper on really quickly as well at the perfect position. But you really don't have to worry too much. You can do this incrementally. So you can see I'm not even really dipping my Mod Podge back in too much. I'm just sort of smashing my brush in there. And then we'll just give her one last good layer here. This is a great warm-up craft. And this is great for, I thought this project would be really fun to do because everybody wants memories of their kids from the previous year. So this would be good to do even just right after Halloween, to have this available so that you can actually bring it out the next year and have a nice little frame for that. Now I'm just going to go over with a nice little layer of Mod Podge. For the most part, you do want to wait about 15 minutes for your Mod Podge underneath to dry, but because this is a live show, I'm just going to show you how to go over. And then it just gives it a nice gloss. I'm using the gloss Mod Podge. Of course, if you want to use the satin, you can use the satin, but I found that the gloss looks really good. Your final product is going to look like this. And you might not be able to see that gloss too much, but it's just a nice, very, very subtle gloss on it. And I might even go over that with some glitter or a glitter type of gloss. I do have a Mod Podge glitter gloss, and I know that that's not uncommon for me to say, is that I might go over it with some glitter. So I definitely think that this is a very fun and easy warm-up craft to do. I hope that you think that that is also an easy warm-up craft to do. Now with this template, I hope to see you guys downloading it and creating your own projects with it. I'd love to see maybe some scrapbook layouts, some cards, that type of thing with these templates. That's the reason why I like to give away the free templates, because I truly love to see what people are going to do with them. So please definitely go to AndreaCurrieCrafts.com and download this cute template. If you do make something, please post a picture on the fan page on Facebook, because we just like to make sure that everybody is enjoying your creation as much as you are. So that is definitely a huge thing. Hey, Samantha's here. That's so great to see. All right, we're going to go back.